Hey guys, we're in the barn today. I'm going to start breaking Quota today. You can see her there in the background, so I've got the camera set up so it's on her pen. Just realized I have my SpongeBob hat on because my other hats are still packed for nail. So ignore my SpongeBob hat. What I'm going to do with Quota is a little bit different than what I do with the lambs when they're little and they're born here. So when a lamb's born here, when it's about a month old, 45 days old, I'll stick a halter on it and just let it start getting used to that while I'm petting it and playing with it, because we walk through their pens every day. Quota, on the other hand, was born in March and has been in a group pen the whole time and hasn't been handled a whole lot. So what I'm going to do with her, I'm going to grab a halter and I'm going to go in her pen and I'm going to put the halter on her, but I'm going to get her used to being held by the head and being touched and being loved on and that sort of thing, because she's going to have to go out in a group pen here too, and I don't want her to be this wild when we pull her back in. I want her to be a lamb that the kids can work with next summer. So I also should say that because she is 8 months old, she weighs about as much as I do, and pound for pound, she's much stronger than I am. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for the likes. If you haven't followed us, go ahead and follow us. I am going to document all of this as much as I can on Facebook Live, and then I'll upload it to the YouTube channel so you can use it later. But when I have a lamb this big that I need to break, I typically will break it to head walk first, because they like that better than the rope. So let me grab a halter and get her pen opened up. I may not be able to see comments and questions, so I'll try and check back with the phone, but it's going to be pretty far away from me because I don't want my phone getting smashed while I do this. If you hear the rest of the barn yelling in the background, they were hopeful that I was feeding early tonight. I am not feeding early tonight, and they're kind of a little annoyed with me, but they'll get over it. Quota doesn't have a great latch on her pen, so it'll take me just a second to get in there because we've got it wired shut because we broke it. And our goal is to keep her from jumping into the pen next door, because if she's in heat, there are 2 young lambs in there, and it could be a rough day for everybody. You're okay. No. You're okay, Quota. You're okay, baby. So I've talked to her since I got her, and I always talk to my sheep. I don't know if everybody does that or not. It doesn't really matter what you say to them as long as you keep your tone steady. And if you want good results, expect good results. Don't go in scared, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're okay, sweetheart. You're okay. You're okay. No. No. Like I said, she's a little bit wild and has not been handled. She's caught. And I'm sure if any of you have had show lambs, you have dealt with this at some point. Put your legs out there, babe. You're okay. When I have one like this, honestly, if they're food driven at all, I try and give them treats. Since we brought her home, I know that she is not food driven. She won't even come up and eat out of the bucket when we're in the barn usually. This morning was the first time she did. She's very tense standing here. She's shaking. She's just nervous. So I'm just going to hold her and work with her a little bit today and try and get her to understand that I'm not in this to hurt her. See, you're okay. You're okay. Basically, I'm forcing love on her and letting her know that humans aren't going to hurt her. But She obviously has been on a stand because as soon as I grab her chin, she wants to set up. I know you guys probably can't see that, but she's got her feet planted and she's pushing forward. So she's used to being manipulated for pictures and on a stand, but she's not used to being handled. Because see, she'll start to set up already. So I know that they've worked with her in that way, but she's just not used to human contact. So I'm going to go ahead and put this halter on her and open her gate back up, and I'll come over there and grab you guys and we'll try and take her for a little walk. Maybe. I may not get her out of the pen today. I don't really want to chase her across cornfields. So once I get the halter on one like this that's not used to the halter, I'll just lay it on their back and I'll continue to stand here. A lot of people will tie them. I can tell you right now that she's determined enough that she would fight that a lot, and I would constantly be picking her back up from the ground and she would be trying to hang herself. So my goal for this day one session is exactly what I'm doing. I'm able to touch her. She's kind of quit shaking a little bit. Can you guys see the spoiled brats over here jumping up? Hi, baby. Dancer and Eve are in the pen next door for company. But we have all these lambs separated right now because they just came back from a big show, and I don't like to put them right back in with the other sheep, especially when we have bred sheep in the barn. We'll wait and make sure they don't have anything going on. And these girls are sheared and it's gotten cold here, so they've got flannel blankets on. You're okay. You're doing great. Yeah, you're doing good. No, we're not gonna run. Let's come up here and see if anybody's got any questions. Hi everyone, thank you for being here. Anybody have any questions for me while I'm kind of here at the front of the pen? I'm just going to see if she's going to let me turn her around now. I'm going to take her feed bucket out of here. It took us a few days to get her to want to eat here at all. Or at least where we were seeing that she was eating. Now I've just kind of let go of her head and she's standing here on the halter. She's probably going to start thinking about flipping around a little bit. And I'll let her do that. And I'll let her see that there's resistance. And I'll probably just do this today with her and not really go very far with her. By tomorrow we should be able to walk her out of the barn. I'm kind of interested to see how bad that catch of her looks on playback. I'm sure that I didn't make some animal lover happy, but that's just the way it starts with these lambs. When they start to get crazy like that, she was getting ready to get crazy, and you can feel it in their neck. They'll pull down with their neck, and if you grab them under their nose and tip their nose up, that's a break on a sheep. So the breaks, nose straight in the air. If you want them to go forward, obviously the tail dock. I think she just realized she has a halter on. We're going to try standing here again. But I just do this for 15 or 20 minutes at a time, and we progressively get a little better at it. Like I said, the sheep is big enough that if she wanted to drag me to the ground and throw me around, she could. She doesn't look very big, but she's about 130 pounds, and pound for pound, she can jump way better than I can. So when they go to do that, you just tighten up and give them pressure and let them know that you're in charge. And she'll do it again in a minute. When they comply and stand beside you, let off the rope. You're okay, Quota. You're okay. I know you're nervous. I know you're nervous. I may bring some animal crackers out tomorrow and start trying to tempt her with those. These girls next door will eat them, and that will encourage her to want one. Once they eat the animal crackers, they're broke. Okay. She started to pull away from me, so I'm going to tighten up on her rope and bring her back to me, just to let her know she's connected to me. Hi, Dancer. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Hi, Evie. Hi, baby. Was I ignoring you? I see you too. Will you come forward a little bit? You're okay. You're okay. Come to me. Come to me. Good job. And just take a couple little steps at a time. Let her adjust. Let her relax. Now this process only works if you have time. It'll take me probably 5 of these 15 or 20-minute sessions to get her broke this way. If you don't have this kind of time, but you have an hour to offer, you can take them out in an open area where they're not going to get hurt and let them flop around for about 15 minutes and go wild on the end of their rope. And usually they'll come around after that. Appreciate you guys being here and tuning in for this. I will put these sessions on YouTube just so people can follow along and watch this if they haven't broken a sheep before. I think we're doing pretty well with this one today. She didn't jump out of the pen. We got her caught without her getting out, which is a huge improvement. We did not have extra hands to video getting her off the truck when we got home or transferring her from my friend's house to my house. But let me just tell you, we've made huge strides to be where we are because it took 3 of us to get her in the barn door. But she's going to come around. I don't usually let too many of them escape being a pet. So I'm just going to keep touching her all over. She's going to keep reacting. I'm going to keep telling her that she's with me, and when she relaxes, I let the pressure off. It's kind of like with a dog or any other animal. Pressure and release. Sometime when I feel comfortable getting my phone in here in the pen, I'm going to show you guys her top line, because for you that hasn't had any special feed yet, she's got a pretty impressive top line. And eventually I hope she stands up at her full capacity rather than curled up in flight mode. Sheep are very much flight animals, and they will take off if given the opportunity, and she is definitely a flight animal. You're okay. You're okay. She doesn't seem to like having her top knot rubbed, which is kind of weird. Most sheep do. She does appreciate her ears. Not that one. So she wants to take off on me. I applied pressure, pulled her up, stopped her, let her know she's with me. Now I'm going to try and set her up since she stopped so nicely in front of the camera for y'all. But see, she's been worked on setting up. She just hasn't been halter broken. She's got a tabletop there for her back. So she's going to be a good one. She just needs tamed down. So now we just wait patiently until she acts like a fool again. And then I will correct her. I'm going to see if I can reach you guys and bring you in the pen with me because she's doing pretty good. Okay, Quota, I'm going to open this gate. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Whoa. Okay. Trying to grab you guys. Trying to grab you guys. So, anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around here in a minute, maybe. If I can do that and hold this rope, because I got her gated. Easy. Quota. Okay, got the camera flipped around on her. So you guys can kind of get a decent look at her. She's still on the halter. She's up there with the friends she made on the way home from the show and just kind of starting to relax. So once she relaxes and lets me pull her towards me, I'm going to let her go for today. She's not going to let me pull her towards me. Sweetheart, if you want off this rope, you got to come over here. Oh, Quota. You don't like people, do you? She's not much of a people person yet, but we'll get her turned around. So anyway, I'm thinking that maybe I'll approach her and see if she stays with me. You gonna stay with me? Not run me over? Say hi to the good people of TikTok. Say hi. So anyway, my hope is that Quota will be my best friend soon. And that she doesn't jump on the back of my head. You're okay. I'm still trying to get her to respond when I pull on her, and she's not really ready for that yet. But she now has been on the halter about 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. But I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made. She's not flying around here like a crazy one anymore. If you missed getting her haltered, I will upload this to YouTube later. If you click on our link, there is a YouTube link. And I will do all of our daily updates with her on YouTube because I think it's important for kids to know how to break their lambs without getting broken. So we're going to do that online, and then we'll do it again when we have some young lambs. And I'll show you the difference in those two processes because this is much easier if you have the lamb when it's smaller. So anyway, thanks for joining in, and I will get some videos put together for TikTok and get some up on YouTube if you guys want to continue to follow along. But basically, we are just going to spend a whole lot of time trying to love on this girl and get her used to being handled without being terrified. And she's probably going to wear that halter now until dinner time. I will tie this end up in a loop and just lay it on her back where it can't get free, but I'll just leave it on her face here for about an hour while I do all the watering in the barn and some bedding and some other things like that, just so that she gets used to having it on her face. Because it won't hurt her to be on. I need to get this gate closed before it hurts me to chase her, though. So it won't hurt her to leave that on. And I did not get it tied before I stepped out of there to tie the gate, and I think I'm going to leave it like that because the worst thing that will happen is she'll step on it and she'll pull on her own face and she'll start to halter break herself. I don't recommend that you do this if you're not going to be right near the barn, right near the pen that you're doing this in, because weird things can happen, and you don't want an animal to get hung up in something. But I also want her to be comfortable with that rope on her face. You see her chewing at it right there. Now, the big thing is going to be, how am I going to get that rope off her face without her going in that pen with those rams? That'll be fun. But anyway, there's Quota. She looks pretty good standing right there. So you relax when you get over there with Phoenix? Is that the deal? You're not meant for Phoenix. So anyway, I'll let you guys go for today. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate y'all being here. Talk to you later.